I'm Michelle Kingsfield.
Hey, and I'm Jim Bucher.
Welcome to another episode of Meet Your Hometown Attorneys. It's all about the Dayton area's largest and most successful personal injury law firm, Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz.
So stay with us for the next half hour and meet your hometown attorneys. Hey, welcome to Meet Your Hometown Attorneys. We are back, and I'm glad to be back. I can't believe you guys had me back. You must have, what my contract, I have a 5-year contract.
The other person couldn't show up.
Couldn't show up, so there, thanks, Doug. Doug's my manager, by the way. But guys, thanks a lot. And you know, I've run into more people that have seen this show.
Oh my gosh.
And they say, Book, you're back on the news, or I see you hosting the show. They don't even mention Michelle. But that's a whole nother thing. But talk a little bit about the firm. For the folks that haven't seen any of our shows, talk a little bit about that.
Well, the show has been a real success. Yeah. I mean, the ratings are phenomenal. And I hear it all the time in stores or in the mall. People are coming and say, I've learned so much about law or injuries or workers' comp. It's just thank you. And I've really found them, you know, I accidentally turned it on Sunday night and I caught up in it, and by the time I'm watching it every week, which is kind of wild, which is great.
It's amazing how many people say this. I was just passing through, saw Jim Bucher, saw Michelle, I recognized them, said, what are they doing? And started watching our show and stayed with it all hour.
Yeah, and sometimes the show beats the ratings of the newscast.
It does, which is great.
What does that tell you right there?
I don't know.
But I just ran into somebody at church, and I walk in, and I'm thinking, he goes, oh, hey, and I'm thinking, yeah, you know, and he goes, oh, you're the Dyer guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you're the Dyer guy now.
I'll take that.
Hey.
So I'm the Dyer guy.
Okay.
You're the Tiger, I'm the Dyer guy.
Fair enough.
All right, so we have seen the commercials for a long time,
yes.
And you guys have always been cutting edge on commercials. Who does your commercials, by the way? How does that
Well, the background to it is that Mike and I have always done the commercials, and it goes back to, we used to go to the TV stations, and this is 26 years ago before legal advertising was out there, and we say, here's what we like to do, and they're like, we don't know about law advertising, so we ended up doing the commercials over and over, and finally after a couple of years we started Blue Dog Media Group, and we're talking over 20 years ago now, and most talented people we know, they tell us what to do, and that's why they do commercials for many people in the county and the state and the international even now, so it's grown to a whole different thing.
Yeah, we've taken the Tiger ad and we now sell it to other law firms in other markets, and it's just amazing. Doug sometimes is the Tiger in say Arizona,
Yeah,
and
Texas.
So we'll be in an airport.
El Tigre.
Yeah, El Tigre. Yeah, he was El Tigre.
That's great.
And but you know, the thing is, it's a good commercial. It gets a message across. People seem to like it. So this advertising agency that we started keeps growing and growing. In fact, these are the guys producing this show right now,
which has won 2 national awards. Did you know that? This show's
I did know. I was going to ask you, and that's a telly, right?
It's a telly.
And that's not just a local, like you said.
No,
that's 1,000 entries or so. And
yeah, like Conan O'Brien's up, big shows.
Big shows are
here
against
Dayton,
our
Ohio,
show.
Our show won twice. Actually.
well,
two
where
times.
that's all. Where is there?
Well, this one's mine actually. So.
No, Doug, I think that was
wait,
mine.
Well, isn't there a second? Oh wait, shouldn't I get one for being the host?
No.
That's
anyway,
not,
so
No,
congratulations.
But, no,
Mike.
but anyway,
Michelle, help.
Congratulations to Blue Dog
And
Productions.
for your help, Michelle's help. That's great.
Without you guys, we wouldn't have won these. And you know, I mean, you know, not many people know what a telly is, but if you were in the advertising world, you would definitely know what a telly is. It's like a Grammy. I mean, it's for advertisers.
And Blue Dog does car dealerships and tech schools and colleges, and it's grown and grown and grown, and the talent is incredible. So we're very proud of them and what they've created. So
yeah, and I think anybody behind the scenes, and I've been behind the scenes and in front of the camera for a long time, of course, know all these guys. And you can't see them, but could we applaud for your crew?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll even show them up on the
Chris,
screen.
you know, Nathan, who am I missing? Oh, Tommy's directing, a great group. And then, of course, Mark Tatel. You couldn't do it without Mark. So that's kind of neat. So is it everything you guys touch turns to, like, awards?
Not really.
this did, but
What's the deal?
Not
What's
everything.
the deal with that?
Not everything.
Well, I mean, you've got the, you know, the law firm that just wins awards coming out the, can I say yin yang on this show? Can I say yin?
No.
And then you've got all these awards with Blue Dog. I mean, that's just wonderful. I know. And of course,
I could
we
talk
wanted
all
the
day.
Blue Dog segment to go 10 minutes and we're getting the rap thing.
All
So
right.
congratulations
Thank
on
you,
that,
thank you,
guys.
thank
And I'm
you.
glad to be a part. And I think Michelle is too.
Yeah,
No,
well,
she is.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, it's
All right,
great.
let's keep doing it.
Thanks.
Thank you. And I'll take one of those home. All right, we got more of Meet Your Hometown Attorneys right after this. I can't.
I was injured in an accident and I called the Tiger. I would like to thank Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz for all the help that they provided to me and my family in the settlement that they got for me. I would not be in the position that I am today without their help. Many people didn't know if I would survive or not, but with the Tiger, I survived.
We get results for our clients because we care about our clients. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, call in the Tiger. Call 1-800-INJURED today.
Welcome back to Meet Your Hometown Attorneys, and our next guest is kind of the jack of all trades. Can't wait for you to meet her, Danelle Watson. Thank you for joining us, Danelle.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, Doug Mann over here again.
Great to be here, especially with Danelle today.
Yes. So Danelle, you are kind of the jack of all trades. You started as a client more than 23 years ago,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you have been with the firm ever since.
Yes, ma'am.
How did that all happen?
Mr. Dyer and Mr. Mann represented me for an auto accident. I went in for settlement, and they asked me what I did for a living, and I told them I was a receptionist, and they said, put your resume in. I did that. About 3 weeks later, went in, interviewed, and they said, you're hired. I've
Awesome.
been there ever since.
23 years.
Yes,
I mean,
so-
she was only 5 at the time, so it's kind of
little
embarrassing.
baby.
No. That's great, and we love her. She's great. She's wonderful with clients, and she's here to talk about running the major case unit with us. so-
Right. And that is a major job.
It's not a job.
everybody can do it.
No, it's not a job to me. My philosophy is if you like what you're doing, it becomes a hobby, and that's what I do.
So
I
explain to
enjoy.
us what exactly you do.
I run the major case unit. I'm the major case unit coordinator investigator. I will meet with the clients, obtain all of their information, and then do the investigative work, obtaining insurance information, the medical documentation, billing statements, hospital home, nursing home visits. I will walk them through the process. Sometimes I don't have to just say anything at all. I can just go there, hold their hand, be a shoulder for them to cry on, be someone that they can vent to when they're angry, because when they have catastrophic injuries, it's very difficult for them to understand, and I try to help them understand the why me part.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's not what you hear when you talk about law firms
No, not
or
at all.
things like that.
Danelle's
And-
got a big heart, and she's a very caring person, and our clients love her, and they should.
Well,
but
I've met a couple
means
of
it.
them.
She means it.
I've met a couple of the clients who say now that they're friends with you and they've stayed in touch, and that really speaks a lot about you, but also, I mean, just everything in general that we talk about on this show. It takes a special person, and so when you kind of started as a receptionist and ended up way up here doing something completely different, how has that changed?
It's changed because I have more of the one-on-one with the client. I get to know them, build a rapport, and really get to know their life story. And I'm glad that they allow me to be a part of that.
Let's go back to the part you were saying about they get that angry. They kind of go through, or earlier you were saying
Frustrated.
this,
Go
and
through
I never
stages.
really thought about that. But there are those stages of, shock and awe and that kind of a thing, and
Right.
then it's why me. So tell me about that.
They pretty much they're more absorbed with the injury. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to deal with this? I mean, catastrophic injuries can go from a broken arm to an amputation to traumatic brain injury or even death. Trying to help the families deal with what they're going through. It's kind of difficult for me to explain, but just being there, being a compassionate, caring person, just letting them know that I'm there to hold their hand and I'll be there through every step of the way with them.
That has got to make a huge difference.
And she promised she's going to stay with 23 more years.
Absolutely.
Is that right? I would hope. No, she's great.
Yeah, you can't let this one go.
I
No
give
way.
them my cell phone number, my home phone number. They can reach me after hours, on weekends, when I'm on vacation, when I'm out of town. It doesn't matter. I am always available for
Full
my
service
clients.
right here.
Wow,
And she sits
absolutely.
about 2 feet outside of Mike and my office, so anything, she can get right in there. Yeah.
That's right. Well, fantastic. You definitely are a gem in this whole organization, and it's great to meet people like you because, again, as we get on this show, we hear all these stories and we talk to clients, and we've heard from several clients of yours
Great.
just about this. So it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And hear about what you do. Thanks
you.
for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Well, coming up next on Meet Your Hometown Attorneys, you're going to meet one of them, Mr. Raper.
For over 25 years, my law firm has protected the rights of injured victims throughout Ohio. If you've been denied Social Security disability benefits, we can help. If you bought or your employer provided long-term disability insurance and it was denied, call the Tiger today. If you served our country in the military and were denied veterans benefits or awarded reduced benefits, let us protect you and your family. If you need help getting your Social Security, long-term disability, or veterans benefits, get the Tiger on your side. Call today.
Welcome back to Meet Your Hometown Attorneys. I'm Michelle Kingsfield, joined now by Mike Dyer and Robert Raper. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about a very important topic, especially here in Dayton. We've got the VA and we've got the base here. Veterans benefits is something kind of new to the firm.
Yeah, I want to tell you, Robert's been 18 years practicing Social Security disability law, and he's over the years seen so many veterans and people that come back from Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan who come in with PTSD and other injuries that he helps them with their Social Security. And he came to us about a year ago and said, we really ought to think about helping veterans. There's nobody really in Dayton, not many people in Dayton that represent veterans to help them get denied benefits or get increased benefits. And Robert asked us to do it, and so far you've been taking on quite a few cases.
Yes, we have. They've really started coming in.
And it seems to be a problem we hear about a lot.
It is. It certainly is. And PTSD is one of the biggest areas that we look at. And like Mike said, they will either get denied or they have a very low rating that's given to them. And we'll help them in either of those cases. We'll step in, fight for them if they've gotten denied or if they've just got a rating that we feel is just too low. In veterans disability, you can get just certain percentages of ratings, not like in Social Security. And so if that's very low, then we step in and fight for them.
Well, you know,
when you say ratings, though, what exactly are you talking about? How severe the PTSD is and things like that, and then that determines the percentage of our amount of money that they get, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
The VA will assign a percentage to them, and that will be based on their condition, and that will also in turn base on their salary, what they will be receiving in benefits every month.
You know, Michelle, we are in a town where we have to be proud of the fact how many people have served our country, made the decision, volunteered, went to a war, just or unjust, who knows, but went to a war to fight for us, to fight for what we believe in. They served us, and then we turn our backs on them when it comes to taking care of them. We want to help right that wrong. And veterans benefits is something that I'm so happy Robert came to us and said he wants to handle, he would love to handle. He's now certified a veterans benefits attorney.
Oh, fantastic.
And the other thing that we're just started doing because of Robert's being with us is long-term disability cases. Robert, why don't you tell them about that?
Certainly. That's where your employer has provided a policy of long-term disability. In case you become disabled, that policy then will pay you typically 80% of your salary during that time. And for long-term, meaning up until you can go back to work or retirement age for Social Security. A lot of these companies, though, will deny you and not pay those benefits out. It becomes a fight. They have to deal with the insurance companies. That's where we step in. We can step in, deal with those insurance companies like we do in all the other cases at the firm.
And they can get a little nasty.
They can get very nasty, yes.
Yeah, I tell you, they never are shy about accepting your premium.
Oh, no.
But when they have to pay, and it can be long-term disability that's provided by your employer, or it can be stuff you buy yourself. And a lot of people buy their own policies. But Robert just had a case where he spent 6 hours watching surveillance tapes. This guy his doctor said he's disabled, he is disabled, and he's carrying a bag of groceries in, and they had somebody 6 hours waiting for him to carry a bag of groceries into his house. So that company can try to deny the contract benefits he paid for.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they'll base that one carrying of the bag of groceries in instead on them being able to do a full-time job, and it's just...
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
And it's so great, that we have people that we can go to fight for us, because when you talk about fighting an insurance company, as the consumer, no way, can't do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Certainly.
difficult. If you don't have a good law firm to level the playing field, you're in trouble.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very informative. Thank you. We'll have more of Meet Your Hometown Attorneys coming up right after this.
Who fights for your family's rights in Ohio? The Ohio Association for Justice, a group of attorneys who fight to preserve the constitutional rights of all Ohioans. Under current Ohio law, if you're in an accident and have medical insurance, you get less compensation than someone who doesn't. We believe that this is wrong. Change this law that hurts hardworking families. Protect your family and your rights. Learn more at forallohio.com.
Welcome back to Meet Your Hometown Attorneys. Now, Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz has helped countless people who have been injured get every dollar they deserve. And now we're going to meet one of those clients. Take a look.
My name's Pat Adams, and we were vacationing in Florida and going to breakfast one morning, and we were walking across the parking lot to get in our vehicle, and a maintenance golf cart drove up behind me and hit me and threw me across the parking lot.
My wife was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. I walked into the emergency room. A doctor came out and told me that my wife's injuries were very serious.
Broke my arm, and I had to have pins and a plate. I broke my nose, and I was scuffed up and skinned up all over. My knees, my feet, my arms, my face. I had black eyes. Broke my ankle, and they didn't find it for 3 days. The insurance company really, when we called them, they said, well, you know, we'll let your insurance company pay for everything, and then we'll pay you back $5,000 out of your pocket, anything that you, up to $5,000. You know, I was in the hospital 5 days. The bill was astronomical to us, and we knew we were going to have to pay more than $5,000.
A lady from the insurance called and explained to me how they handle this type of case. I mean, you know, and I wasn't at all satisfied with what she had to say. My next comment to her was, I will have a lawyer contact you. Right away, I thought of the Tiger, the commercials we'd seen on TV, and the thought that came to my mind was that they specialize in personal injury accident. Also, that here is somebody that is good at this situation, and they're from home.
They called into the office and spoke to Vicki and Lori, the two paralegals that handled the case, and handled it very well. They scheduled a home appointment, and I went over and sat with them for about an hour, hour and a half, signed them up, and started working on the case. David
Came to our house for the first meeting. Charlie had called him and set up an appointment, and he said, well, I can bring her downtown, but she'll be in a wheelchair. She can't walk. And he said, no, that's okay. I'll come to your house. And we both thought that was just way out of the ordinary to do that. But he came, and he was here a couple hours, got all the information. We had pictures for him and everything.
The Tiger, the entire group, the firm itself, they really worked for us. They worked hard for us.
This was a complicated case. It was a serious case, and as I said before, it was 2 jurisdictions. So there was a lot of moving parts that needed to be addressed. It was not something they were going to be able to do without an attorney, especially without us. Eventually, as we got closer to resolving the case, we were forced to hire an attorney down in Florida to file suit on the case. The insurance company was not moving. They'd made an initial offer that was very low. Once the suit was filed, the offer changed from one number to almost 2.5 times, and we eventually resolved it for about almost 3 times the initial offer.
We were well informed on everything that was going on, and I was impressed with that.
We are very happy with David and the girls and Doug Mann, the Tiger, the whole Dyer, Garofalo, Mann & Schultz. It was just great.
If you've been injured in an accident, get the Tiger on your side. It's easy. Just call 1-800-INJURED or go to ohiotiger.com. Now stay with us. Meet Your Hometown Attorneys. We'll be right back after this.
I really do like dogs.
but not when they injure an innocent victim. Under Ohio law, the owner or keeper of a dog is responsible for injuries caused by their dog. Unfortunately, many injuries happen when a person is trying to avoid or flee from a dog. If your injury is caused by a dog, you need a nationally recognized, top-rated hometown attorney. At my law firm, we have successfully represented over 1,000 people hurt by dogs. Many are innocent children. Injured by a dog? Call Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz at 1-800-INJURED and let us fight for you.
You know, your hometown attorneys are where you should turn to if you're injured in an accident. But Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz also gives back to the community, and one of the many ways they do that is by promoting art and safety. Take a look.
Okay, buddy, guess where we are now?
Oh, gosh.
Kramer Elementary,
Oxford,
Ohio. That's a first for us.
We're here again. Another year goes by the Dayton Boys Academy. Hey, we're in Springboro High School. Hello, hey, today we're here in Eaton, Ohio. We're here at the high school.
As a way to give back to the community, Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz sponsors their annual Tiger Safety Calendar Contest, in which students from area schools are invited to submit original artwork depicting safety tips. Now this year, over 60 area elementary schools, junior high and middle schools, and high schools submitted artwork. 12 winning entries, along with 12 honorable mentions, were chosen to be represented on this year's calendar. Now, once the winners are chosen, managing partners Mike Dyer and Doug Mann travel to each winning school to present the big prizes. Each winning school's art department receives $1,000 to use to purchase art supplies.
It means that we can do some more of the expensive projects like clay and model magic and things that cost a little bit more money, which the students all love to do. So that is great for the art program. It gives them the skills that they need for creativity, which is a skill and an asset that they all need for their future.
I think it's great that Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz offers this contest to kids that are creative. I think it allows them to express themselves and show their creative side and help out with the community in that way.
And while each winning school's art department gets a check for $1,000, each winning student receives $250.
It's really exciting. It's really nice to see all the artwork, and it's a privilege to have my artwork shown.
Well, I like doing things for my school and the community, so I'm glad that the school gets some money for the art program.
It's truly amazing. I am so excited that I actually won the cover of it. It was so much fun to do it.
Since 2012, your hometown attorneys have promoted safety while encouraging and rewarding art in our local schools. Now this year alone, the firm awarded $15,000 to schools and students.
Thanks for the opportunity to do this. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Tiger.
If you'd like your own copy of the Tiger Safety Calendar, you can pick one up for free at any one of the Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz offices. For your principals, art teachers, and especially students, be sure to enter your best work so that you can be in the running for next year's Tiger Safety Calendar. Now, coming up next, Michelle introduces you to one of our calendar winners. Stick around.
When you're injured in an accident, you could hire any law firm to represent you against the insurance company, but why not hire an award-winning law firm like mine, Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz? We are a nationally recognized, well-respected, and highly rated law firm dedicated to getting you maximum cash in minimum time. Don't hire just any law firm, especially ambulance chasers that contact you by mail or text you after an accident. Hire us and you'll discover why we have over a 97% client satisfaction rating. Call 1-800-INJURED today and let us fight for you.
Welcome back to Meet Your Hometown Attorneys. Joining me now is one of our calendar winners, and I'm sure if you know anything about Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz, you know about the wonderful annual calendar contest. And joining me now is Addison, and she is a winner, and she is a second grader from St. Luke Catholic School. And so, first of all, congratulations, Addison. Also joining me is Mrs. Paeta, and she is the art teacher at St. Luke's. Thank you so much for joining us.
Our pleasure. Thank you for inviting us.
Yes. So, Addison, yours says the hike with the buddy and the holding hands, and you were telling me a little bit earlier about kind of some of the criteria when the kids came up with this idea.
That's right. We had the children come up with ideas for titles, and then we talked about how we could make our titles match our picture. And Addison came up with the idea of the two tigers walking in the woods. Oh, she made her images very nice and big, and she was thinking about how she was going to capture the viewers.
Attention.
And I think she did a really good job of that.
She did a fantastic job, which is why she's an April on this calendar. And also, you're right, the beautiful big eyes, all of those things. You did a fantastic job on this, Addison. So again, congratulations. But also, your school got $1,000 for art. So what are you guys getting ready to buy?
Clay and sculpting tools so we can make
some pottery or things like that?
That's right.
And have you all ever been able to do that before?
No, we haven't, because our school doesn't have the facilities where we could purchase a kiln, so they've never had the opportunity to make pottery sculptures. We've made paper mache sculptures before, but never pottery. So this will give us the opportunity to buy the supplies to do that with the self-hardening clay, and we're going to get some carving tools. And can you think of anything else we're going to buy with it? Maybe some paint and glazes for painting them too.
Oh, fun. Fantastic. Well, also as a winner, Addison got $250 and a gift card. And she was telling me earlier, and I'm so impressed. Can you share with us what you used that $250 for?
I took my mom and my sister to get their nails done. I took my family out to dinner twice, and I got me and my sister some toys, and I got purses for me and my sister, and I got socks for the homeless.
That is so fantastic. You are very thoughtful, and you know what? You stretched that money far, and that's what it's about as well. You did a great job. I'm impressed, I truly am. So the $1,000, you said the pottery and some sculpting tools and then some paints.
Yes.
Is that great?
Yes, and then we've actually been lucky enough to win other years too.
Really?
Yes. So we bought
repeat winners.
We have. So we have also bought printmaking materials.
Nice.
And also metal working materials. So we're going to add to that collection too, so we can continue to use those supplies.
Oh gosh, fantastic.
So we're very excited.
Good, good. I'm so glad you came to join us, Addison. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And again, congratulations on a job well done with that photo. Thank you so much as well.
Thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. And we'll be right back with more from Meet Your Hometown Attorneys right after this.
If you purchased or your company purchased long-term disability insurance and you've been denied your benefits even though you're unable to work, let us fight for you. We've recovered substantial money for those who were previously denied disability benefits. Call 1-800-INJURED. Our team of tough, smart attorneys will review your case and will fight to get you the benefits you deserve. Don't give up just because your claim was denied. Call Dyer, Garofalo, Mann Schultz and let us fight for you. Call 1-800-INJURED today.
Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Meet Your Hometown Attorney.
We hope you've learned a lot about how Dyer, Garofalo, Mann & Schultz works to help clients get every dollar they deserve. We hope you never need a personal injury attorney.
But if you do, be sure to contact Dyer, Garofalo, Mann & Schultz. To learn more about the firm, or if you need an attorney, go to ohiotiger.com or call 1-800-INJURED.